Alright, we're back. We finally got it done. It's the same process we were showing you. There's a little thing, sometimes with these smaller drones we're finding out, is that while it's in the bind process, you turn your transmitter on and off. In the bind mode, it'll catch it. I don't know if it's just like it's got a soft signal and then it kind of reboots the signal, or it then searches for the signal and it gets it, but that's what we're going with, alright? You can tell it's binded by the different colors of lights. What, that not make sense, boys? Fuck. Anyways, you can see the blue and the yellow, yeah? Hey, G5, don't turn on the arm switch. You know that.
Flip it up so we can see.
Don't turn on the arm switch.
It's off. It's off.
Okay, so do your throttle.
No.
No. Leave the arm switch off. Do your throttle. Yeah, you can see the lights change. And then do your yaw and pitch. Your right throttle. Your right steering. The other one. Yeah, and do the right one that I said. Remember?
Okay, you said left. Now I'm doing it.
That's what it's like to work with guys.
Well,
you can see the lights change, okay?
There's
the lights to change. I said right.
You said left.
We'll go back and we'll do an edit. Anyways, so you want to try it right from here, bud?
Sure.
All right. Do me a favor. Okay?
Eyeglasses.
Yeah. All right. He's gonna go right here. You're armed, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Get her done.
You're backwards, though. Remember.
Throttle down. Turn your.
Face it the other way, man.
No, he's gonna come at me. Trust me. There you go. You're armed.
Yeah, but now he's backwards.
Yaw it around.
You can turn it around. All right. His battery isn't that strong because it's right out of the package. And that's one of the problems with these QX70s. They're not quite ready to fly. They're ready to fly out of the box, but not ready to go. Your LiPo batteries don't hold a charge, we found out, right, George?
Not for very long.
Not for very long. So you're always going to kind of need to recharge your battery. All right? So even though you got power and all that, what's that? You're saying back there, Piquet?
Great, man.
It's difficult, man. Anyways, I'm going to show you the difference between the two drones here. Barry. All right. For a weight, now this is weakened it. I cut too much off, so this is a learning process and I'm paying for it. But for weight, I got rid of quite a few things. See the LEDs? I got rid of those. It actually drastically affects your battery longevity while you're flying and weight. And then at the end of the day, I made a flatter. See how that's like? The battery is kind of going up and down. That's going to affect its stability. Now, I've seen guys from... We got to get the name. We'll cut that in, Lydio. Anyways, they got good videos. We're gonna attach them on there. Give them more work on the downtime. They were flying pretty good with it, but it gives you a better center of gravity with the battery, right? These antennas, mine's ready to go. Can you focus in on that?
Go closer.
Anyways, it's bent in, okay? You can see, but it's still working. I got some life in there. Now,
we need camera B operating so we can do the
that would be nice if you were prepared. But I'm just sitting here working with you should see I got like an audience, and this is the most boring shit in the world, but it's still cool.
It's like a porn shoot.
Anyways, so you can notice that my frame is starting to bend in because I got a little too weak. So we're gonna look at getting a little cross sections going on there to straighten it out. All right. I did some personal reinforcements in the middle, which helped out, which is good. Just used elastic bands to hold my camera.
What are you going to use as cross bracing? 2x4s?
I was thinking about steel I-beams, man.
You sure it's not the elastics causing it to work like that?
The elastics are doing it a bit, but I need elastic to hold it. Yeah, trust me. I know it all sounds funny because you guys are all lit up, but the elastics are doing it. This is what I'm working with. I got to catch up, and I'm into it. But if I didn't cut a couple plastic things in here, the elastics wouldn't have done it. But this helps, trust me. We'll be able to compare later. I broke my frame trying to fly FPV. Guys, please, honestly, practice with line of sight. Please practice with line of sight. It's going to make a huge difference, all right? So he's going to charge this battery. We're going to come back. I'm going to see, because I'm going to see if Model 1 and Model 2 works differently, if I can bind up with this now nice and easy with the eSheen and give this guy a little test flight again. It's going to vibrate and everything. It shakes around, but it still kind of flies. And if I could fly this like this, I'll be able to fly my repaired one way better. By the way, with plastic stuff, I did try Monster Glue with some things, and that does work. But you got to be careful because these motors, you get anything near them, man, it's going to go in there and it'll screw up your motor. I tried your oil, and I mean, It didn't affect anything with it.
Good.
I mean, and you just feel more comfortable that it only makes sense. You got oil in there to make those batteries, your motors last longer. I'm getting my 3 blades, and my motor's coming in soon. It's probably going to be a while before we get that video. You can look at other videos that we should cut in later to let them know where guys have done that, and there's a huge difference. I'm talking about guys who are doing flips, okay? Big difference. Reason why 2 blades tend not to work is because of their inductrix. People go, okay, if you go 2 blades, it'll fly. But on inductress, you go 2 blades, it won't work. That's why it works on the bigger ones without the inductress is this, all right? So that's why when you try to cut just these guys down to 2, it ain't working. I was going to show you our other control. Hey, do you want to grab my other controller? If you don't mind. So we bought these controllers. Here's one other thing I'm going to tell you real quick. It's all kind of like, you know, we'll cut that in, Lydio. I'm an idiot. We had a problem. We went out because we got all hooked up about these controllers. We might have showed you this earlier. And these are the Turnigy. They're like the little like PlayStation ones, man. They feel just more natural. If you play a lot of video games, this is going to be like your natural feel. I'm not saying this isn't good, but this is your entry level one. George has a beauty one that he could bring in. I think we've shown you before. Anyways, even though this is FlySky, there's protocols, and this is stuff you need to learn about your flight boards. And it's more finicky with your smaller ones because generally when you buy receivers for your mini drones, they're bigger. So you're not going to be able to just throw on a receiver onto this thing because weight is everything. Performance, weight, battery strength, all that is what makes this thing the fun drone to fly. Until you get there, it does. It just hovers. It comes out of the box. It's still sweet, and it's probably great not to mod it like I did, to learn, because that'll get you some experience of flight time. So the Turnigy, this is sweet. It goes right into the menu. It's all touchscreen. But the protocol is, and excuse me for this, AFHDS, I believe it is, Protocol 2A. It only has the 1 emitter. This guy here, even though it's supposedly a lower level remote, when you go into it, it will tell you to select what protocol you want. So my other drone that's going to come in, I'll be able to use I could use this for either the small drone or the big drone. Cool thing is when that drone comes in, I'll be able to use the one that I bought to play with. When you get into the menu, that's how you get to the menu. If you want to get into the menu real quick, by the way, hold bind, turn this thing on, you'll see binding. By the way, when this thing binds with the drone, it doesn't say bind is successful or anything like that. You have to turn it back on and off and find your arm switch. Anyway, so you cancel out and you hit OK. Alright, I don't know if you can see that. At that point, you're going to see the remote, and then you're going to see mechanic stuff, like, what is it? Screwdriver and a wrench. You can select it in there by hitting up and down. You hit OK to get in there. At that point in time, you're going to go into what's called your RX setup. Alright, you're going to go down, 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 hit OK. Alright? At that point in time, I don't know if you can see it. You'll see the AFHDS, so I had that right. If you hit OK, you're going to say AFHDS 2A off. You can select this to 2A, and that'll go to the different protocol. This is huge to know about. If you don't know about this, and you buy a protocol 2A, it won't fly with this. So that's why this remote's handy. So if you're starting up to learn to do this stuff, I suggest starting out with this remote. It's a little cheaper. It's going to do everything you're going to need, and then you can go from there because of the switch around. With the smaller drones, by the way. So protocol's huge. Read about it. If you're shopping online and you can't figure out what board for what protocol it is, I learned a little trick for research to find out that, because I don't always know what every board it is. What I do then is I find the package deal of the transmitter with the drone. And if the transmitter is saying that it's protocol AFHDS or 2A as well with that drone, you know that that flight board on its own, selecting the same flight board, just doesn't get lost, you know that will be a FlySky AFHDS, okay? So the NAS or whatnot. That's the little trick that I learned to figure out what boards have what protocol on. It's a little research. If you have a good hobby shop or whatever, you can just ask them, obviously. But if you're buying online, look for the package. It'll tell you by what this guy's going to fly. It'll tell you what protocols this have. And then you mimic the same board if you're going to buy this individually, if you have a different remote. That's what I found. At least they're playing to get close to a goal. We're going to cut this now. Don't forget, Toronto DRL, right? What's our YouTube? It's DRL, right? Shouldn't I know this? TDRL, YouTube.
Toronto.
I haven't, and you know what? Last week, I am sorry, I
Just
quit
search
my
Toronto
job.
Drone
I'm as
Lab.
happy as I've ever been. By the way, yeah, he's gonna put it up there anyways. And so I celebrated a bit. I didn't have a whole lot to say, but we had Joel,
It'll
which
be
was
up.
good.
It'll be up.
It'll be right here, right? Is that right? Be right here. And then maybe we could shrink it like that or something, right? There we go. And then we're on Instagram, Toronto DRL. All right, so that's cool. We might come back with a little bit of flying footage. Of course, we're coming back with flying footage. That's why we're here. And then we're going to get that done. But we're going to watch the Leaf game. I'm going to have a little liberties. And this time even still have more to say when we come back. Because, man, holy smoke. Last week, I'm so sorry. Again, Toronto DRL and then the TDRL at YouTube. All right, boys. Bye.
Cool.
I don't know.